When we did Carry On Dick, one day stands out very much in my mind. Kenny, for some reason, he was enjoying himself because he loved Joan Sims. And he got the devil in him. And he started cracking gags. And I remember Joan Sims leaning up against the wall, going, "Oh, stop it, stop it." And then Gerald said, "OK, can we go?" And she said, "No." And he said, "Why?" She said, "I wet myself." And Joan Sims ran out. Came back about 15 minutes later. "Oh, Gerald, I'm terribly sorry." But the ensuing scene had a magic to it because he had a twinkle, and if you'll pardon the expression, Joan had a twinkle.
Oui, oui. What exactly did you have in mind?
I was about to have a bath. Perhaps you will join me.
It's all the same to you. I'll have a cup of... a bath? A bath together, you mean?
Oh, you English, you say such very naughty things.
Oh, but
Let me help you off with your things.
Certainly not. What an outrageous suggestion.
But am I not a desirable woman?
Yes.
I don't know how it came about, but apparently Kenneth asked Joan to marry him. And he asked her to marry him because he felt that as they grew older, it would be lovely to have this wonderful companion. And they, you know, going into old age eventually. Joan turned round to him and said, "Oh, no, Kenneth, I've got to have a bit of the other."
No, please, madam, no, I cannot, not before a meal.
Oh, when then, when?
Well, never fear. I will have it at sunset.
Oh, at sunset? Oh, how romantic. I can hardly contain myself.
I noticed that. Yes, the sari is much too small.
Well, incidentally, when I said he asked Joan to marry him, I'm sure he asked Barbara and he asked all sorts of people. He didn't ask me.
And that is something we shall always be wondering about, isn't it?
I've been a bachelor for so long, I can't help wondering whether I'd be very satisfying as a husband. You know.
I know.
But on the other hand, with you, I can't help feeling there's a chance it might actually work.
Well, don't worry. If it didn't, we could always adopt a child.
Oh, but I know all about married couples. My father and mother were one, you know.
I'm delighted to hear it, but it's not good enough. And unless you're prepared to get married yourself, we shall have to dispense with your services. Is that understood?
But I'm a confirmed bachelor. I don't know any women.
Then find one. Go to a matrimonial agency or something. But do it soon.
Married? It'll disrupt my entire life.
Kenneth, and I couldn't do that. I couldn't share my life with anybody. I have to live my life as it is. I'm very fond of Louis, his mother, and I live close to her, and we see each other every day, and I just don't want anybody else in my life.
We were coming back from lunch, and he said to me, "If you ever got divorced, would you ever think of marrying me?" So and before I could say yes or no, he said, "But there'd be no sex." So I said, oh, all right then.
What a rear-wheel drive, eh?
Yes, fascinating the way it... what? Absolutely disgusting.
He always worried me about his love life. Because, you know, because he used to say, "I don't do it anymore." When we became good friends, he said, "I don't do it anymore, Barbara. It's so messy."
Oh, you're very strong-willed, obviously. But it's a temptation I would find very hard to avoid.
Nonsense, my dear. Do as I do. Plenty of exercise, cold baths every morning, and a good dose of salts at night. Oh, cheers.
Cheers.
It used to upset me. I said, "But, you know, you're lovely, you're attractive." And he'd go, "Am I?" And I'd say, "Yes, and you should be with someone." And he said, "Well, there was that Portuguese waiter the other night. He was nice, wasn't he?"
He confided to me, he said, I can't come to terms with my own sexuality," he said.
Oh, I nearly forgot. You're male.
Yes, I am, and I can prove it. Do you hear? Prove it!
Charlie Hawtrey, he said, can walk into a pub and pick up a couple of sailors and be happy. He said, "I could never do that."
But surely you must have had it before.
No, I've never had it. Never had it. I've never had it. Never had time to have it.
He said, I tried to express my problem to the doctor.
I want you to help me to do it.
Jolly good. Please drop your trousers. I'm quite sure your condition is psychological, not pathological. There is absolutely no reason why you cannot enjoy a perfectly normal relationship with your wife.
But I've tried and tried.
And you can't raise any enthusiasm?
I can't raise anything.
First signs of physical change.
You seem to have the right equipment.
You're very kind.
Oh, doctor, your hands are very cold.
Sorry. Cough? Yes, as I thought. It's all in your mind.
Have you ever known of a case of a man turning into a woman?
No, but I've heard of one who turned into a one-way street.
Doctor, please. I know what's what and where's where.
The lack of any relationship in his private life was uncannily echoed in the Carry On films.
This lady I'm taking to dinner, and I'll be quite frank with you, I want to impress her, if you see what I mean.
I do, sir. You're on the make.
Yeah. Well, no, in a manner of speaking, you see, and I haven't had much experience in these matters.
Oh, I see, sir. Well, if I were you, as soon as you sat her down, I'd give her the business.
What, sitting down?
Well, you know, start chatting her up, a bit of the old flannel, you know. How beautiful you are. What lovely big eyes you have, and other things.
I couldn't possibly say what lovely big other things.
Blimey, you haven't had much experience, have you?
No.
The Carry On films were not only demonstrations of a seaside postcard earthiness, but also another British trait, prudishness.
Dr. Nookie. Matron, please, I'm not that kind of doctor.
Don't deny yourself, Kenneth. We've wasted so many years. This is our moment of fulfillment.
But I don't want to feel fulfill.
I see a marriage. And 1, 2, 3, 14 children.
Oh, no. Oh, no, no.
Go, William. Come back.
Kiss me, Kenneth. Send me. You don't know what agony it's been. Yearning for you, yearning to give you my all.
But I don't want your all. I don't even want a little bit.
All my life, I've been like an unused clockwork toy. And then that night at the hospital, you wound me up. Now you must stop me.
Oh, I couldn't. I might bust your spring.
Kenneth also had a fine line in being disgusted, mainly at the thought of sex.
I slipped. You understand? I slipped.
Is atmosphere of Rome enough be affecting you, no?
Yeah. What do you mean?
I mean, place where soldiers are coming for drinking and for women.
I never touch it.
Never?
Never.
Perhaps you should try it.
Certainly not.
Sir Bernard.
Yes, what is it, matron?
I would like to apologize for what happened in my room.
Matron, if you're worried that I might be considering disciplinary action, you needn't be. We're all mature adult people, and whatever goes on between you and Dr. Good is no concern of mine, however disgusting it may be. Get out of here, quick. Hello. Filthy beasts. Disgusting big...
This bed's all right, but I do miss my slap and tickle.
What?
Excuse me, mister. You like postcards? Very interesting.
Oh, yes. Miss Plunkett, didn't you want a postcard to send to your mother?
Yes.
Thank you. Oh!
Any good?
No, I'm afraid they're quite unsuitable.
Oh, the naughty ones. Do let me see.
Certainly not. You filthy beast. Be off with you before I call the police. I'm terribly sorry, Miss Plunkett. I should have known better.
What can you do with a man like that?
Your affinities will be closely entwined.
Don't be disgusting.
Good day, Ma.
I should advise caution in your dealings with that woman, Rector.
Oh, how so?
She is, not to put too fine a point on it, a shameless doxy.
Oh, I'm afraid you misjudge her, sir.
Misjudge her? The minute I entered her room, she asked me to bath with her.
Perhaps she wanted to show you the beauties of that fair city.
Not that bath.
But you're not far from the truth. I know what beauty she wanted to show me.
That is terrible, terrible. Tell me, did you marry?
Certainly not.
Wow, what a holster.
Disgusting.
I loved Kenny when he was just in costume. He seemed to go really over the top and very, very camp. He was much camper, and I don't mean, you know, whoopsie camp. I mean, he just was very outrageous.
What I think the general, you know, current interpretation of the word is always that which is verging on the effeminate, you know, that sort of thing, which is ludicrous to say that about me, because I've personified what you might call the butch element in light entertainment some time now.
Yes, indeed.
You must forgive my masculine odor. I have been pumping iron.